Well, all right, we good to go.
Here we go. We got what is this? Episode 8, right?
Yeah, episode 8.
All right, True Be Told, episode 8. We got one of the upper echelon MCs in battle rap on that we're very humbled to have. We got Holler the Don here. How you feeling, brother?
Loyalty over money, you already know.
That's what it is, man. All right, so let's first of all, how are you doing with this quarantine, man? How does it feel sitting still for so long?
Oh, it's just regular life for me. I feel like all the introverts, it's just pretty normal. This is usual life for me. Ain't nothing changed except, maybe the gyms and certain stuff is closed that I use, but other than that, this is regular life.
I got you. I wanted to start here, man. I wanted to start a little bit back because I always want to ask you this. And funny thing, we done talked mad times, but I never asked you this, yo. The Philly Swain battle. Let's go back to that real quick. That's one of my favorites. I froze. Yo, y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, my fault.
Yeah, I got to the Bluetooth in the car.
You got what?
I said I got on the Bluetooth. All right, I grabbed it. I'm good now.
Okay.
I'm gonna set it up right
here. You good now?
Yeah, I'm good. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. My bad about that.
No, I think that
So
was me.
P, start the question over. I don't think he heard you.
I said, how was the Philly Swain battle? Because you seemed a little bit confused in that battle with his kind of style. That's one of my favorites, though.
With Philly Swain?
Yeah, that battle was definitely one of my favorites, man. How was that battle for you? Because his style was totally unorthodox and different at that time.
Yeah, that was a different style. That bag, I used to just like come up with punchlines in my head and then go in there and just like freestyle around it. So that was back then when it wasn't. So if I looked at confused, I was probably just thinking of some lines or thinking what I'm gonna say next. You feel me?
I got you. All right. I was looking at that shit like 2 weeks ago. And salute to Philly Swain, man. He definitely was ahead of his time with that round flow. Mercy, you remember Philly Swain?
Yeah. I think the last joint I might have watched from him was probably like the Daylight battle. I didn't see nothing from him after that.
He was on Nicki. He's been on Nicki Minaj album, like with writer credit. He was on Christina Milian's show. Like he's done other stuff like outside of battle rap.
Okay. Let's take it back to Fight Club for a minute, man. Explain what it was like at that time preparing for the Fight Club.
The Fight Club you seen on YouTube, or Fight Club like back the original Fight Club?
The original Fight Club.
Man, it was gladiator school. Like, you know what I mean? You had to go in there like, not only might you go 6-7 rounds, but you might battle like 5-6 people, especially if they thought you was nice. It was damn near, now that I look back, it's like Fight Club was like, if they thought you was nice, nigga, they gonna make you rap all night. You feel me? Like, that's the run through niggas. So yeah, Fight Club used to be like that shit. I love Fight Club.
What did coming from that era help you easily transition into the form of battle rap as we know it today?
I would say transition as much as I say give me a heads up or give me a step ahead, because I've been through certain shit and experienced certain shit where it just was like sharpening a sword from when that day I got here. You know what I mean? So, you know, that it definitely gave me like a one-up. The people that like just started on YouTube, or any battle rapper you've seen that literally like start on YouTube, like they gave me a one-up on them cats. You know what I mean?
I got you. Looking back on it, you know, a lot of times I ask, you know, battlers behind the scenes this question, but looking back on it, if you had to go through that process all over again, would you do a PG?
A PG?
Yeah, would you? Like, if you had to go all the way back to start all over, like at that time, would you have done a PG?
No, I was already loopy though. I was coming from 106 in Park. Like, I'm getting 6 million people seeing me every week, so I was at a different standard than a regular nigga coming in.
Yeah,
I was already, you know what I mean?
For those who don't know, you could go back to our PMG radio interview. He actually told the whole story of how he got on 106 in Park. It's a pretty dope story, so definitely go back and check that out. You know what I mean? And just name some of the dudes for just recollection purposes. Some of the dudes you battled on 106 in Park.
I don't think I battled nobody. Like the person that was winning was Jaha. She won like 6 weeks in a row, and I took out right before her last week. And,
yeah, that was fucked up, yo. And she was
a
girl.
She was crying and everything. But you know,
that was messed up, man.
Ain't no feelings in this sport. But P and Lux was like the two people that went on after me. Like they won 7 weeks right after I won P and Lux. So they was around that time.
Yeah, all New York too. That was the crazy shit. All New York. I think people really hated New York for battle rap at that time because everybody from New York was running through 106 in Park crazy.
Yo, it was like, and especially if niggas went back in the day, like to the auditions, it was on 106th Street and Park Avenue, and it was really like, if you went up there, in Jersey too. Let me shout out Jersey because I ran into some killers from Jersey out there.
But you had dudes coming from all over the country though. You had dudes coming from Texas, coming from Philly, coming from North Carolina, all over the country. But it just so I guess niggas thought being that it was in New York, there was a lot of New York favoritism. But the judges for the most part was in New York dudes. They was just celebrities from all over the country as well.
I mean, New York just had the best rappers, period. Like
I think that's just what it was.
Yeah, like rapping and being from New York was like gangbanging and being from LA. More than likely, you're more authentic and more thorough, and like you're from the shit. You feel me? Like I grew up seeing ciphers and seeing battles. I ain't had to go to YouTube for that, you know.
That's a fact. That's a fucking fact, yo.
That's why New York got the best storytellers, man. We go through the most out here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Philly too. I think Philly has some incredible storytellers. I think because you got to remember, Meek pretty much came into the game on that storytelling shit.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? So salute to Philly. I think Philly is. I mean, I'm always gonna be home team biased, New York, but Philly is definitely a close second when it comes to storytelling because them niggas definitely go through some shit out there. You know what I mean?
Best storytellers is who you think is the best storytellers
from Philly?
No, just hip hop period.
Best storytellers in hip hop, period. I think Hov is extremely underrated when it comes to storytelling. You just gotta listen to what he's saying. Like Hov will definitely tell you like the shit that he was doing in the hood.
Yeah, lost 92 bricks.
Just listen to what he's saying. You know what I mean? Like he'll definitely drop that. Like, listen, this is what I was doing. Like I probably sold your uncle a couple of halves. I probably fronted your auntie a couple of. Like he definitely talked that shit.
Yeah, they should have fly over because when I was youngless, like I didn't really peep the story. Like I didn't even know he shot his brother and all that for real.
But it's kind of crazy for him to be so rich, but still always take you back to that. Like he always reminds niggas, like, don't forget. You know what I mean? Like that's what I used to do in the streets. You understand what I'm saying? And Hov wasn't just some nigga on the corner selling nickel and dime bags. He was really moving work. You know what I mean? Like I'm still trying to figure out how
This is my first time eating Roscoe's. It ain't all that.
Oh man, you in Chicago? I mean, you in on the West Coast?
Yeah, I've been in LA for like the last year or so.
Okay, what caused that move?
The fashion, doing the clothing.
Okay. Well, speaking of that, man, I've always pinned you and probably you and Arsenal, I think are probably two like the best businessmen in battle rap. You know what I mean? I honestly would give you and Arsenal that in terms of just knowing how to take your brand and really monetize it way beyond just battle rap. You were doing merch early. Like you were early in the game when it came to merch. I mean, you were coming to events, even events that you wasn't battling on. You were coming and setting up your table. I mean, you was out in Chicago doing that. I remember one time I ran into you in I think it was either Philly or Atlanta. You was doing that. What made you say? Yeah, probably in Philly you was doing that. You know what I mean? What made you just say so early, think just beyond just coming with 3 rounds? What made you think just, you know what, let me do all kinds of other things with this Hollow the Don brand?
You know, I really think that comes from just the streets, like just being a hustler. Like I always was like a person that figured out a hustle or didn't mind putting my pride to the side to try something new or try something different. And I don't know why honestly, it was normal to me. I didn't know why. It was weird that everybody else didn't have that mentality.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking like we go to these events where it's 1,000 people, and let's say 25% of those are your fans. That's 250 people that at least will buy something from you if you had a CD or a shirt or a hat. So
Yo,
it was just normal for me. You
let
know
me
what I
tell you
mean?
something, man. When I seen you at that Crown event in Chicago, when you wasn't even on the card and you there with a table and you fucking signing autographs, taking pictures, kissing babies, selling clothes. I'm like, yo, this nigga is a next level. Like, this nigga really about his fucking paper and this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I had that thick white girl up there on my table. She was juggling for me too.
yo, son, it's like you gained the level of respect like I gained for you that one day was crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
No, I remember that too. I appreciate that. I don't take like those words for granted and shit because not everybody's going. Like you did that off camera. Like it wasn't no recording. So I appreciate that.
Like most niggas only show up when they on the card. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you seen that this was an opportunity to reach a fan base. You seen it was a pretty big event. And the nigga said, I'm setting up shop. I don't even think you paid to get in. I think you just walked in with a table. I don't even know how that works.
I mean, I always got good relationships with everybody, bro, because even if somebody, like, there's something I don't like, that don't mean, I got to have a lifetime hate against them. You know what I mean? So I got good relationships with everybody.
All right, so let's so boom, you start, you was into the clothing thing early. You start loyalty over money, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, let's put a date on it, 2010.
2010. Was the I'm Not Excited brand under that, or was that a separate thing?
Well, it's just a design under LOM.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a design under LOM.
I got you, man. Then fast forward now, 2020, we're seeing a bunch of shit with courts and all of this stuff over the brand. We're seeing other people wearing the brand. What the fuck exactly happened with LOM and what's going on with it now?
It's really, well, for one, I definitely want to say like it's a flattering and humble position to be in. Like I don't take it as like all negative, even though I'm being taken to court and people making it's like, yo, it got to be something there. Like for people to be doing all this, I got to be on the right path. So I first want to throw that out there and let people know like it's not all the way negative. It's just me,
but before we even get to it, it starts as yours, right? It starts as 100% Hollow the Don's brand, correct?
100%. Like it's documented. You could go to 2010 before I battled Hitman. It's blogs out of me, Mark, and my other partner from London. They had the manufacturing company out there, so I teamed up with them. So originally, when I first launched loyaltyovermoney.com, that's still up. Over is spelled OVA. That was that's how we launched it. And we put the designs out, and then it became too much shipping from overseas to America because most of the customers was in America, and it would be like $12 for a T-shirt. So we had a discrepancy. They didn't want to stop doing it that way, and I'm like, I got to do it domestically because it's becoming too much. People are complaining about the shipping price. So
it'll increase your profit margins.
Huh?
It'll increase your profit margins if you do it locally.
No, I would still make the same profit, but I would be able to charge customers less shipping. Instead of charging them $12, now I could charge them $7 and $6 for shipping.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So, like as men, we agreed to disagree, and we was like, yo, look, y'all will do it in London, overseas in Europe, and I'll just do it domestically, and we'll part ways. And we respectfully, I still talk to them to this day. It's all love. So then I relaunched with LOMclothing.com, and that's where the people. Let me put dates on it. That was 2010, 11, 12, 13, and then the end of 13, beginning of 14.
So you didn't link with these dudes until almost 4 years later.
Yeah, in 2014.
Okay, you link with these dudes.
Mind you, LOM started in 2005. Loyalty Over Money was just a movement started in Texas when I was living in Texas. And
nigga, you ain't got to tell me I was there. You've been screaming at
for your viewers. Yeah, for your viewers.
I thought it was me and you talking about my fault.
Yeah. You know the history.
Right.
yeah, because we first met like in like 09, right? Like type shit.
No, a little bit earlier than that. I think probably like 07, 08.
Got you.
Yeah, so you definitely been screaming that shit since the day I met you.
Yeah, even on 106 in Park, you know, I said it, so it's documented back then. But yeah, I met the dudes that's taking me to court now. I met one of them, his homeboy. I really don't know. Like the one dude, Rob, I know. Like, you know, that I consider him a friend at one point. And, I met him late 2013, and we started. I let him invest when I relaunched it. He invested, and we did it together. So it's like, yo, at the end of the day, it's all love. Like, even though we're using designs from, you know, the brand I originally started and stuff, I feel like, yo, we relaunched together and started some new energy. So I don't discredit that brother at all. Like, I still don't be like, oh, he did nothing or you know, put in nothing.
He believed in the vision, and he just decided to invest in that vision.
Yeah, we invested together though. That's what I want to make clear. Is we both put up
at that point, did y'all become partners in the business, or is it still an ownership investor relationship?
What do you mean?
Well, when somebody invests, that doesn't necessarily mean they
hold
equity in the company. You understand what I'm saying? Like somebody can invest without equity.
Well, to be honest with you, that's where I made a mistake at, because that's how I looked at it. But then when we was at his crib, when I was starting up the LLC, doing the LLC, he was like, yo, just put my name down, because, you know, it's certain like officers, chief officers, you know, you got to put certain names under the company. So I put his name down really, really green to the whole situation. So I'm not going to say, you know, he manipulated, did that on purpose, but, you know, that's how it ended up, excuse me, being on paper. So, yeah, that was 2014. And, me and him fell out probably like 2 months later. That was January.
God damn.
Wait. After y'all signed the LLC agreement, y'all fall out 2 months after that?
Yeah, because it was a situation where I went back to Houston and I was asking him to mail stuff, because, you know, I was mailing the stuff, and we had an intern working with us, and the intern like told me he made like a couple mistakes. We got emails, and I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, yo, the intern said you made mistakes. He curses out the intern. He's like, nigga, I don't make mistakes, nigga. I said, oh, nah, I got to get back to mailing this shit. But, you know, I'm joking now because it's all in the past. But, you know, at that time I was heated. Like, we was arguing how we fell out. And then that was 2014. I was just doing everything on my own.
So when does the other brother come into the mix? I don't know his name, but when does the other dude come into the mix?
2018.
So he didn't come until 2018. So this was pretty recently then.
Yeah.
Did he come?
When did I battle Tay-Rock? It's either 17 or late 17 or early 18. Whenever I battled Tay-Rock.
Late 17? Yeah. Yeah, late 17.
Yeah, so it's late 17.
All right. So at that point, when he comes into the mix, what is the agreement at that point? Because, you know, and the reason why I'm not asking to be all over the bit.
No. But if we're gonna talk about it, I want to skip the steps though. I want to go meticulously in it so you can understand.
Yeah, because you know what, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you. As a businessman, this whole shit is extremely confusing to me. So that's what I'm trying to get to. That. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna run through it clear. So pretty much like I said, I looked at it as him investing, you know, but he put his name as chief officer. I forgot what position, but I was green. I didn't really know like how important that stuff was in 2014 at the time.
Right,
so we fall out 2 months later. Yeah, like over the shipping, we fall out like 2 months later. So I start shipping stuff myself. Mind you, the Joe Buttons battle comes up right after that. And then, you know, we talked it out. That was about a month later after we fell out. We talked it out. And so I ordered some stuff for us to do our thing again, and it didn't come the day of the Joe Buttons battle. And, you know, that was another mistake I made. Mind you, I'm new to this. I'm like, you know, still, because when I was doing it with the dudes in London, they was handling the manufacturing part, the shipping out. So I'm new to the manufacturing part at this point. You know what I mean? So I was making mistakes. So when I made that mistake and didn't get our clothes the day of the Joe Buttons battle, it was like over. Like, dude kind of disappeared, and I was just like, yo, I can't deal with this. So I started doing everything myself. So anybody that's ordered from LOM knows from 2015 to about 18, late 17, everything came from Massachusetts. I linked with Merchandise Mind, a company, my dude Zarko, and he was printing and doing like fulfillment, like fulfillment, like a one-stop drop.
Yeah, I know.
So from 15 to about late 18, 17, whatever ish, I was doing that, and then dude come back around, Rob, and was like, yo, bro, I think we should work it out, blah 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 blah. Long story short, this is where like everything happened at.
So let's be clear though. Y'all fall out the mix for 3 years. Then from 15 to 18, y'all not doing no.
Business wise, because I still talk to him and we'll still talk about working things out. You know what I mean? Right. So business wise.
So business wise, for 3 years there's a separation. Business wise, things come back around going into 2018.
Mm-hmm.
He comes back with Duck.
Yeah, saying, because look, this was the issue the whole time. I said, dude, I'll work with you if you could ship stuff out correctly. Like, I'm doing everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he was like, he came back like, yo, I got somebody that'll ship, my dude will ship, plus he'll put up $10,000 towards the company to get a percentage. And I said, yo, just take that percentage out of the percentage you got. And he was like, all right, cool. So he agreed with that because it's pretty much like you having somebody do a job that you could do, take it out your percentage because you could ship, but you don't want to ship because it's a lot of work. So he brings this dude around in July. We signed the agreement, and I'm thinking, okay, once you start shipping, once we start working, we move forward. I'm still working with dude in Massachusetts from July to about October. And I'm thinking this is, my still business I'm doing with this dude. And they're saying in October, they say, yo, you've been stealing money from the company. You've been taking out money for your personal use. And I'm like, what you talking about? And they're like, we looked at the bank statements and I'm like, bro, I didn't think this contract was implemented until we started working. I didn't think I was going to be working for 2-3 months straight with my dude in Massachusetts. And this is all of our money still.
Right.
And that's where the whole misconception comes from. I'm thinking like it's open book. So if you said I was doing it, you should have said the first week, why did you use an Uber? Why did you take out this money? Don't wait 3 months till it stack up to about 9 bands to be you've been stealing money.
But in your mind, is this like money you think this is all money you're spending for business expenses?
No, this is my money. I'm making this money.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, because I've been doing it for 3 years with this dude from Massachusetts. And we just signed an agreement to start working with Rob again and this dude Doug. And I figure, all right, in September, when we start working, that's when it'll be all our money. And I'll let this dude in Massachusetts know, like, yo, I'm working with them now.
Gotcha. So
and they were thinking that whole 3 months, 2-3 months, I'm doing my normal dude that I've been doing the last 3 years. They're looking like, okay, he's spending more money. Okay, spending more money. Let's keep spending. Let me not even assume. I don't even want to assume the worst because I did assume that maybe it was something else. I don't know why they would wait 3 months and then say, yo, you've been spending company money. Like,
but why? But I'll say after that 3 months goes by and they confront you about the money, why couldn't a conversation been had then to where y'all could all get on the same page?
It was, and I was like, I was a little frustrated because I was the only one taking accountability. I expected accountability to be like, yo, it was open books. Yeah, we should have been on point. We should have said something the first week, or we should have, like, you know what I mean? But I was like, look, I take accountability for mismanaging the money because I was using it for personal stuff. Even though I've been doing it for years, it's not the way you run a company. You know what I mean? So I was like, yo, I take accountability for that. We did get past it. I signed the contract. Said, look, I pay back a portion. It was like $9,500. I said, look, I pay back a portion every month. We'll get over it. Now, this is where it gets funny because if a disagreement happened after that or something, I was like, yo, I'm putting out this design. They're like, I don't like this. And I'm like, all right, but, I've been doing it. It was like, nigga, you owe. How you going to speak? You owe money.
Wow, that's corny.
So at that point, they're starting to leverage you.
Period, my nigga. Like it's becoming a 2-on-1 thing, and I'm gonna just speed it up. It got to a point where niggas started telling me to take my name as the primary owner off the website and off the bank account and put their name on it. And I'm starting to think like, yo, what's going on? Because and I said, you know what the problem is? Every time y'all talk amongst each other. Y'all make a decision, and then y'all come to me with like, yo, Holla, we don't like this. And you need to talk all three of us collectively. That's the issue. And they was like, nigga, we can talk, nigga.
Are y'all still selling merch at this time? No, is merch still being sold off the website and being shipped and everything at this time?
Yeah, it's my company. Like, regardless of the fact, like, it's no proof of them having any ownership of bank statements, Shopify statements. Like, I ran this all these years the whole time. No matter how people ship it and put it, nobody can steal a company from you. Like, if me and you start a company 50-50, like your name, you got a bank card, like you go to you deposit stuff, like I can't steal that from you. Like, and this never was the case.
Well, it depends. It depends on everything has terms. You understand what I'm saying?
Everything does. We would have to go to court. I can't just go to the bank and say, look, we signed this contract together and I want to take his name off. If we 50-50 owners and we open that account together, we open the account together.
All right, so with that being said, and I don't want to, if I'm skipping over anything, please let me know. But with that being said, how were they able to retain the name of the brand when they went to court then? Because it said your name versus Loyalty Over Money.
What do you mean retain the name of the brand?
Well, if you go to a court and it says, let's say it says my name, it says Kenny Levy versus the plaintiffs, which are PMG, that would mean the court assumes that the other guys own that name.
See, I didn't know that. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, I don't know if
maybe that's the way that their lawyer filed it. I guess that's the way their lawyer filed it, because I didn't file no court case.
When Dude put up that video, it said Nigel Bennett versus Loyalty.
I thought that was weird. I always thought that was weird.
So that would mean that the court assumes they own that name.
Yeah.
That's what that means. That's what I'm saying. So did you sign?
Say it again.
Did you sign anything giving up when you took the brand from Dude? Did you sign anything giving up the rights to the name?
No, the only thing that makes sense is they went and copywrote LOM Clothing, not Loyalty Over Money, because I got Loyalty Over Money copywritten, but LOM Clothing, they went and copywrote. So that's probably why they was able to do that. And they did that while we were still working together. You know, they did that in 18, I think, 18 or 19.
So was it just a situation that just was beyond? Did it just get beyond repair at a certain point? Because I'm trying to figure out how, if it's business, how does it? If it's just business, why business can always be worked out? Why did it get so personal?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was past business. It was personal, because even when I see Dude at court, he's like cursing me out. He's screaming at court, and I'm just like, you know, you seen he's recording me, and I'm just like, bro, if this business, why are you so mad and why are you so upset and tripping? Like, I'm not tripping at all about. Like, I'm upset as far as like stuff that's being done to me to bash me. But as far as business wise, like, I'm not tripping on none of like them going to court. Like, y'all got to do what y'all got to do. Like, I was willing to work out payments or whatever niggas wanted, but you know, obviously when people are mad, they're gonna say outlandish stuff that they know is not capable of happening.
Right.
But I definitely tried to work it out, bro. I'm not trying to like toot my own horn, but even after the math bat, after they came out and, you know, exaggerated stuff, and I still hopped on the phone with them through my boy Livio and tried to work it out. And it was just like, their solution was literally like, nigga, take your name off the bank account and put our name on it.
And you know what? And I tip my hat to you for sitting here and even admitting your wrongs, because a lot of people wouldn't even do that. You understand what I'm saying?
100%. 100%. Like I said, I mismanaged the money, using it for personal when I should have been doing that, period. You know what I mean? But it ain't no buts. That's just it right there. You know
so where is they said that the court case defaulted in their favor? Is that true?
Yeah, I'm not going to court. Man, like I'm a totally different type of breed, bro. Like one thing about me is like I love the hustle. Like I'm not scared of going through the struggle and going back. Like I love it. Like y'all
Right.
ain't gonna stop me. There's no way to stop me. Like I live like the site could go down today. Niggas gonna be in my DM trying to buy these hoodies. You see this joint right here? These
Yeah.
ideas, we in the shout out to Motherland, but we in a place where ideas is currency. Niggas can't stop me. I got the currency, dog.
Right,
Like
right,
it
right.
don't
So,
matter. I could
so,
go to a billionaire tomorrow and he'll invest in this currency I got.
so
Like
let's clear it up right now. So if there's still a LOM Clothing website, that's so if somebody's gonna,
LOMclothing.com. Go cop the mask right now. LOMclothing.com.
and that's coming from you.
Yeah, we got Hidden Label. That's how you know it's mine. We got Hidden Label up there. That's my other brand. That's more of my high end brand, and then we got LOM up there.
So
And
that
then we
other
go,
so that other LOM stuff that's floating around, that's coming from them then. Because we
but
please
they
please
not
clear
the
up the
only
confusion
one.
for the fans. Please clear up the confusion.
Okay, yeah. It's coming from them. It's coming from them. But they're not the only one. You got about 3 LOM websites. You got people like my cousin sell LOM stuff. Like it's just a movement. It's like I'm not really even tripping no more. Like LOM clothing stores, they shit. Like if y'all like they designs, promote it because it's about loyalty over money. It's not about hollow the door. So you know
Gotcha.
what I'm saying? Like they just promote, and I'm like I got past that tripping on them part. Like
So
when I start.
just so everybody's clear, you're not even on it like that. You're not salty. You don't feel no way. You've moved on.
I'm salty about people bashing me. If they stop bashing me, I'll be able to 100% move on. I was able to move on, and then I see stuff like people are hitting me like, oh, Math was on Drink Champs acting like LOM is his, and Nori called them out, and it's like, why not just be real? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's weird. Like I don't know. It's kind of weird to
Well,
me. I don't know why somebody was trying to.
where did things between you and him get so dicey at? Because that seemed like it went real personal too.
That's why I'm like. That's why I had to just fall back because I'm just like, we in a time, bro, where it's just like people can't communicate their feelings and all type of stuff starts happening. It's just like, yo, just say you're upset. Just say I hurt your feelings. You ain't got to like try to expose me and make up stuff and bash me. It's like, yo, say, yo, I ain't like you did that. Hurt my feeling. We talk about it. Yo, I won't do that again. If I disrespected you, I was wrong for that. And we should be able to move past it. Like we can have these conversations as men, but they don't move past it. They have them conversations and then they still talking to their girl. I still don't like that nigga though. Yeah, you should have done it. You know what I mean? And they're not moving past it. And it's like, dog, no matter if we're talking about Mav, these dudes, it was about 3-4 years ago.
Right.
All of this stuff we're talking about, can we move past it? Like,
Right.
you know, so much as Corona, Kobe died, like this shit is real out here. To be trying to like knock each other and dedicate your time. Like picture if I just started a get them the fuck out of here clothing brand. It was just like trying to hate on DNA or something. Like it would look crazy, and people think it's normal because I guess they're confused. They think, oh, Math might have been LOM or like dude never promoted nothing when we was cool. Like when we was supposed to be. Like he called us brothers. He ain't never promote LOM, and now it's like in his bio, and he wears it every day. And it's like, where was the support?
Was it a difference in opinion in your relationship then? Like, what did he think y'all were closer than what y'all really were, or like because I think even in RBE face-offs, you kind of like hinted at that, like, dude, I don't think you remember our relationship accurately.
Yeah, because I mean. I don't know. Math will really have to answer that. I don't want to answer that for him because.
No, I'm saying for you. I'm saying for you. Like, did you not like view that friendship the way you did?
I think everybody uses the word brother too freely because brother is somebody you're like put your all on the line for, you risk it for. Like, so when you say brother, you know that's like my dudes like Jim Dudge, Liv, like people I grew up with. I knew since like 6 years old, and you know, me and Mav stayed up the street from each other. We kicked it all the time, but once I moved out of the Bronx, like we only seen each other at battle rap events, and people can see this because when you see Mav battle, you see me battle the last 4 or 5 years. You don't even see me there or him there behind each other. So,
you know, but you my nigga. I gotta ask this though for my own personal knowing. Did you really jump in the ocean and swim from Queens to the Bronx?
Oh, that's rumors. Come on, you from Harlem. You know not to listen to Chatty Patty. You know not to listen to gossip.
All right. That just sounded crazy.
Queens, how you swim? Yo, that's funny though. But the funny part is, I was just in the style and I seen one of the people that was there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what he literally said, word for word. He was like, "Yo, that's crazy." He said that because we know what really happened.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, but you know, this is battle rap. They make a perception. And he's like, that's crazy. Like, you let that slide like that. And I'm just like, what I'm supposed to do? It's easier to fool people than to convince people they've been fooled. And
no, but you know what, man? One thing I've always respected about you, you've always been somebody that's big on communication. You understand what I'm saying? Like, even anytime I've talked to you, you definitely like broke shit down. Like, you never had a problem with explaining exactly what it was from your point of view, because that's all you can do. You can only tell it from your point of view. You know what I mean? And yo, I hear you, man. Like I said, if it gets to the point to where, like, if you ain't on it, then shit, who's anybody else to be on it like that? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
period. But I definitely did jump in the ocean, but you could say worse shit about me than that. Like, yeah, like that ain't the worst shit I did. I've done worse shit than that. Like, I'm not perfect. But yeah, niggas, you know, nigga got murdered. Another nigga got shot right there. They were shooting at us because the nigga got robbed, one of our homies, and we came back gripped up and we got shot at.
Well, yeah. Listen, we ain't trying to get nobody indicted. I mean, I was joking
about
that.
Nobody can get indicted. Like, it's what it is. Like, niggas already got killed and murdered, and that shit got dealt with, and it was a real situation. I would never like put out there publicly, you know, making fun of or making a rap of, because it was just like, somebody really lost their life.
Nah, yeah, you left that shit out of it, man. But no, it's definitely good to see, like I said, man, because even with them, like I said, them recording you at court and all that shit, it looked weird. I mean, you in there with your fucking headphones on, you look like you really didn't give a fuck to be there, to be honest. And
yeah, I mean, they probably spent like, you know, 10 to 15,000 on that court case, and I'm like, you know, they could have started a dope brand on their own and put that 10, 15,000 towards that. I didn't spend a dime, because I'm not giving my money to the court system. I'm just not going to do that. So, like,
you rather put that bread back into your own companies.
Don't that make the most sense?
Yeah, no, I would have did the same thing. I'm not spending 10 or 15K on some fucking name when I could just start some whole other shit and make it better. Like, seriously.
Period. The lawyer said the first day he was like 3,500. I'm like, fuck out of here. To say adjourn next month.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Right. Nah, I definitely dig that.
I'm blessed, bro. We all blessed.
Yeah. Nah, I'm glad. Like I said, I'm just glad to hear that. You know what I mean? You at the point to where you, like I say, you moving past that shit, man. I think he froze up.
Yep. Yo, Hollow, your joint froze. Damn, I don't know if it's nothing else. Let me see.
Fucking Zoom should be bugging.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I think I gotta go out and come back. And he went out and he went out on his own, or you put him out?
Nah, he went out on his own.
All right, so he probably gonna come back in.